a bit of bottle and common sense goes a long way. Yeah, you can become a leader of men and women and bring people together as a team. In the prison service, then people who could handle themselves in confrontation, hostile situations would bring other people together. As a police officer, firstly, I want some common sense, and you need some integrity and some life experience, maybe, yeah, to become a good person. You're there to fight crime. If you're more concerned about hurt feelings, what's happening on Facebook, and hate speech, and let's face it, a lot of hate speech is actually common sense. It's common sense, facts, science, biology. If you are recruiting police officers based on diversity, the A, B, C, D, E, F plus community and inclusivity, you're getting the wrong people. If you are promoting people, police officers, to chief inspectors because of what they are and not who they are, our police force will continue to decline and public confidence will decline. Into the vlog. How do? If you want something, guys, then you're going to have to make sacrifices. Me, up at 6, walk Stephen. I'm out on me hours morning walk. Gym for an hour, home, shower, cup of tea for the missus, then off to work. Yeah, I could have stayed in bed for a couple of hours. However, I want to be on this planet as long as I can. I've got a young family, so I'm doing what I can to try and get myself healthy, fit, and be around for a long time. So, bottle. What's bottle? Could call it courage. Maybe there's some integrity in there. Something that's difficult to describe. You know, it's that element inside you. If you're seeing something wrong, you know, if you need to challenge someone's being disagreeable, it's doing the right thing. Challenging, confrontation. We don't like confrontation, do we? Nobody likes confrontation. So it's that element. In the prison service, prerequisite for joining the job is not having bottle. Nobody says, have you got any bottle, courage? You know, would you confront someone? How do you deal with confrontation? They might ask about the confrontation. So why am I talking about this? Police recently, watching videos, police lines 3 deep. Frontline coppers, yeah? Now they are in London and they are challenging the far right, i.e. people who are upset with what's going on and the current narrative, government and police. Yeah, and they're angry. So the front line, you've got coppers waving batons indiscriminately, gone. Maybe operational stress, red mist, just lashing out wildly. You've got some, yeah, quite calm, good in that situation. You can see it, hand out, talking to people, trying to de-escalate. Then you've got the second line. There's a young female copper, yeah, she's got baton out, she's looking about, probably terrified, and I'm not saying she shouldn't be. You know, it's confrontation, it's situation a lot of people don't find themselves in. It's how you deal with it, fight or flight, or freeze, yeah, that's what it is. Then the third row, the inner row, furthest from the far right, is the biggest copper I've ever seen. He's uncomfortable in that situation. See, a lot of people equate courage with sort of size, don't they? Size, power, big copper, you think he's going to be on front. Not so. Saw that many times myself, you'd be surprised. So in the prison service, I had this conversation with quite a few people who got quite upset when I said the majority of prison officers had no bottle. Like I say, it's not a prerequisite, you don't have to have bottle, but when times become tough, like they are now, you know, no staff or whatever, you need people to step up to the mark. Otherwise you get chaos and you get violence. You know, somebody who's on one, confrontational, and no one's challenging, they get bigger and braver, don't they? And the people around them join in that pack mentality, and then you get an incident. So, just before I left the prison service, I'm in an area, probably 25 metres by 25 metres, yeah? It's the rotunda, the under centre of the bottom jail. So there's 4 wings, and there's prisoners coming off them wings to go to work. So you have a senior officer, usually off the wing, maybe 3 or 4, 4 or 5 staff, stood in the centre. The prisoners come out, they go to an officer, rub down search. 4 wings. In the centre there's a governor and a PO, principal officer. He's a manager. There's 30 or 40 prisoners, maybe more, maybe 50 prisoners over to one side waiting to go to visits. We're late. We've got no staff. We are desperately late. One lad's kicking off. I know the lad can be quite aggressive, intimidating. Young Robbo, a lad who I like, if you saw him probably won't think he'd be a prison officer. Small in stature, no real presence, no real interpersonal skills, but a big heart. He tried his best to do the job. I'd have him alongside me all day long over bigger, stronger, you know, what people would see as real officers. You could work with him, you had to manage him, and he'd support you. He won't lead you into battle, but he'd follow you into battle. So he's backing off, Robbo. So I walks over from my position in front of this lad. What's your problem, lad? Straight away he's on top note in my face, screaming and shouting. We're fucking late. We don't get to our visits, we're gonna kick off. There's 2 lads at either side of him. Said, do you lads feel the same? One of them shakes his head, steps back. So it's now me and this lad. Now all the staff, yeah, know what's going on. They can hear it, it's loud this, it's a small area, it echoes. The lads coming off the wing, yeah, they're pooling outside the wing, aren't they? They're being rubbed down, they're having a look, they want to see what's going to happen. The staff know, none of them are looking round, all pretending it's not happening. I looked at the staff at the time and I thought, yeah, no bottle, none of you. One lad off A wing, Johnny Boy, I believe he's a governor now, good lad, good interpersonal skills, got some bottle, yeah, Scouser, I won't hold that against him, no, he was a good lad. He steps up, not in this lad's face, just so I knew he was supporting him. I just nodded, all right Sam, give him a nod. So this lad, I've given him 3 choices. He either calms down and goes on his visits. I apologise for being late. I did. You know, it is a sad state. These lads were angry. Their loved ones. And if there's 100 people on the first visit in the visits hall, that might be 200 visitors. There's nowhere to sit. A lot of them will have little kids. Imagine them standing around in a small area, little kids, waiting to see their loved ones. So it's not good. I understood that. I explained that. His 3 choices were, just wait, calm down to go on visit. Again, I apologise. I take him back to the wing and he misses his visit and place him on report for threatening and abusive language and behaviour. Or 3rd one, he didn't back down, he carried on in my face and he ended up in a restraint, in which case he missed his visit anyway. So he says to me, I'm fucked off, we're fucked off with this. I told him, so are we. Look at the visit staff, and there were visit staff there. I said, you think these guys are up for it every day, being late, you being abusive, threatening, eh? Causes chaos and mayhem. It's not their fault. This governor in the centre, yeah, he's ignoring it. I said, go and ask him, he's a lot to do with it. This governor was one of them that shouldn't have been there, should have been sacked. Drink driver, drove away from an accident, smashed up someone's car, something similar, should have been sacked. Everyone knew he got away with it, and it's not good for morale, is it? But this guy had been part of the workforce modernisation and benchmarking, which was basically 2 years going through the prison service, reducing staff to dangerous levels where you can't run a regime. Hence why in our prison benchmarking hadn't been in long, but everything was running late. You didn't have enough staff to do the basics. People were getting angry, frustrated, and that's the prison service right now. Throughout the prison service right now, anger, frustration, people with no bottle, not challenging. Sad state of affairs. It really is. But that's how it is, guys. Combat contact sport police officer. Not everyone who's been in the job ever, and I know a lot of coppers, met a lot of coppers through rugby, a lot of lasses who've been in the coppers. They'd be team players, but they didn't have the politics and crap that they've got now. People are leaving in droves. Experience is leaving in droves. You know, it's more about your diversity training, your A, B, C, D, E, F plus community training and all that crap. Policing is fucked. You know, crime is going to be rife. We know the sort of people who are going to be arrested and doing time for criminal damage. It's not your middle class Extinction Rebellion people smashing £500,000 worth of windows, is it? It's going to be Joe Bloggs, drunk one night, does something wrong, pees somewhere, maybe puts something through. They're getting arrested, aren't they? Yeah? It's not about who you are, it's about what you are and who you are aligned to. I'm just going to leave it there, guys. Like I say, if you want something in life, go and get it. It does take commitment. I could have stayed in bed a couple of hours, but I want to be fit and healthy. So I use the time best I can. It's light now, dark when I started this little vlog. Thanks for your continued support. Thanks as a community for supporting guests, although I haven't had none recently. Like I say, find balance, work and family. You know, tough times at the minute, tough times for a lot of people, but you just got to keep going, haven't you? So, God bless you all. Thanks for coming. I'll see you.